Y'all have been wondering, and the time has come for me to tell you all about the miracle that happened in my life on September 23rd of 2024. It's a day that I will never, ever forget for the rest of my life. I guess I'll just start off saying that, the incident that occurred was I fell 20 feet off of my roof here at my house, and I hit nothing but rock. My rock walk down below. But I'd like to go back to earlier that day to kind of explain and so that you all can understand how this miracle kind of played out. Basically, it was one of those days that you have, I don't know that everybody has these days, but I do, where you got pretty good anxiety. You got a lot of stuff on your mind, you got a lot of work to get done. A lot of you all know that follow me that I just signed on with the best record label in all of Nashville. It was the biggest, absolutely the biggest blessing of my life. It's been my dream since I was 4 years old to just perform for a living, and I've been doing that for the last 4 years, as you all know. But I finally landed a record label in Nashville, and I'm very excited. I'm extremely excited. But that plays a huge role in all of this. So naturally, I've just been doing a tremendous amount of things. I signed on with the record label. We are making the best country music. I promise you all, when this stuff comes out, you're going to be blown away. It is the best country music that country music has had in the last 3 decades. But I was here at home on September 23rd. I went out on the roof because me and my dad, we had work to do on my house here. And we had to go up to the chimney to fix something that's on the chimney. It's called a flashing. But anyways, put the ladder up, and he went up to the top roof, which is this one right above me here. And then I was on my way up the ladder as well. And it was just a freak thing. It wasn't stupidity. It wasn't negligence of a workspace or anything like that. It was just a freak thing. I was about 4 or 5 rungs up. I was sitting about 4 feet above this roof here. And the feet just shot out from under me. Now, before you all say, well, what were you doing up on the roof? You shouldn't be doing that. Out here in the country, when you got a problem, you just take care of it on your own. If you can do it, you figure it out. That's how we do things around here. And that was something we've done hundreds of times. I've been on the roof many, many times. I've worked my entire life on a farm, heavy equipment and all that stuff. So this was a walk in the park here. And it just so happened that those feet shot out from under me. And it was so quick, I had enough time to hear the sound. My dad heard the sound of those feet sliding. We knew exactly what it was. I couldn't even let go of the ladder to grab onto the roof or anything like that. It slid all the way back, and as soon as it got off that roof, it shot me off. Well, I was moving at such a quick pace that first 4-foot drop, my feet hit the very edge of this roof, and it was enough force when I hit that it just totally knocked me off balance, and it pushed me out over this roof, and I fell an additional 16 feet. I went through a tree, and the thing that stopped me was rock slabs down below for a rock walk. And it was horrible. It was a terrible thing, really. I don't want to make it gruesome or anything like that, but it was just terrifying, falling that far. And the moment that I saw myself be pushed off that first roof, and I saw how far I had to fall, it was terrible. And actually, I'm going to post up a picture right here, and you all can see right there what that looks like. That was head height for me. That's exactly what I saw right before the ladder fell, and you can see just how far of a drop that was. And I hit, and lights kind of went out. It was just like a big flash of light real quick, and then I opened my eyes, and I was just kind of looking around. I did like the natural 4-limb check, I think is what they call it, where you kind of wiggle your toes and your fingers, and you move your arms, and I couldn't move my legs. Not a chance I could move my legs, but I could wiggle my toes, so I knew right then my spine wasn't severed, All right, we're out here now at the spot where it happened. Right here on these rocks was where I wound up actually hitting. And if you look up here on the top roof, there is where that ladder was sitting. And I slid about 4 feet down off this first roof. I hit the roof, and the impact of me hitting the roof with my feet totally knocked me off balance, and it pushed me out about 6 feet out from that roof, hitting this and falling straight down one of those rocks. Now, come over here. This rock right here, that flat rock, is the rock where my head was lying, right there on the point. And so the fact that my head never hit is a total miracle, because when you look at it, the actual physics behind 185 pounds falling 20 feet and then landing on your back, I don't think that there's any earthly way that your head, you don't have extreme whiplash, you don't hit your head on impact. And that was something that all the trauma care nurses said in the hospital. They said, Spencer, I want you to know, as of this point, you are officially our most lucky person that we've ever seen come in here. There is only one explanation as to why I'm still here, and that's because God was looking over me. I truly believe that He held His hand under my head when I hit, because there is no possible way. Science is totally knocked out. There is no possible way for you to fall that far and not hit your head when you land on your back. So God is real and God is great. What I didn't know was that when I hit on impact, I fractured my pelvis in 3 different areas. I chipped 2 bones off of it. I broke 3 ribs, and I have a pulmonary contusion on my right lung. So I was hurt, you know, there were some injuries, but I should have been killed. You know, the absolute best outcome that possibly could have happened is what happened to me. And it was against all odds, and landing on your back, but not hitting your head. That is the only reason that I'm alive, is because I did not hit my head. And there is absolutely 100% no reason why I did not hit my head, except God. It was instant pain. But the worst part of all, I'd have chosen to be me 10 times over my dad, because when I fell, I took the ladder with me, and he was at the top of the roof. And he had to sit there and watch his son fall 20 feet, and then he was stuck on top of the roof, and he could not get down, while I was laying down on the ground in pain. But I tell you, any of y'all out there that are parents, you all can just imagine how horrendous that could have been for him. And that really did take a toll on my dad. And it hurts me to think about his position. You know, I was in physical pain. I can't imagine the pain that he was feeling, seeing something like that. But I was on the ground, and then, my neighbor heard all of the noise and all of the yelling and everything, and she came running over. And at that point, I was shaking uncontrollably. It was kind of horrible. Once the shock set in, I think that's what it was. I was shaking, and we got 911 on the phone. Within 2 minutes of 911 being called, the chopper had been put in the air. Within 3 minutes, my younger brother Connor, which a lot of you all know, he was already over here. That was about typically an 8-minute drive. He made it in 3. But the ambulance came, and they put me on a stretcher, which was horrible. Moving me from a rock. You know, a stretcher is not padded, in case any of y'all are wondering. That is horrible. That thing is just a flat board, and for me to have fallen and hit my tailbone and my pelvis and everything, and the majority of the weight of me was just right there on my rear end, and it was just pain, buddy. If 10 is the top, it was a 10. It was an 11. I mean, it was just horrible. And so I was airlifted. They took me to to where the chopper was able to land, and they airlifted me, took me to the hospital, and I spent, it was over the course of about 3 days. UVA is an amazing hospital. They're great. The nurses were awesome. A lot of the nurses knew the music. I was there and they were like, man, I can't believe you didn't think about bringing your guitar. I was like, oh, sorry, I fell off the roof and just slipped my mind. But, I just released that I got 3 brand new songs coming out. Cold Beer and Common Sense. You can pre-save it right now on all streaming platforms. And before you all even say, hold up, Cold Beer and Common Sense. Now, were you drinking cold beer? No, I was not drinking cold beer on the roof. Yes, I was using Common Sense. It appears maybe I could have used a little bit more, but don't come at me with that. I'm knocking that out right now. I've always had a very strong relationship with God. I was raised in church. I've sang gospel music my entire life. I've played a lot of gospel bluegrass. And I think that God was looking over me, This is proof. If it's not your time, if God doesn't need you in heaven, He's not going to take you. And I'm living proof that God is real. Here I am, making a video about it, and I got to use a walker. You all can see I can't move well. I don't have much use of my right leg right now, but this changes it for me, totally. You do not know when your last moments will be, and this is proof of that. 1 minute I had high anxiety, I was moving fast. Life has been moving very, very fast for me. And the next moment I'm laying down on the ground and nothing matters. Not a single thing matters. The doctors told me, Spencer, you're going to make a full recovery. It's going to be about 3 months. The only thing that I care about is the people around me. I've had so much love and so much support shown to me in these last 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. And this is proof that there's still love and kindness in the world. I think God's making a statement through me here. I really do. One thing that I learned a little while ago was that you never question God. He's got a plan. And to look at everything that I was doing and going through between, the biggest dream of my life just came true. I was in Nashville all the time. Every other week, I'd been flying down to Nashville. Everything was just going so right. And then there's this huge obstacle, it seems like, was just thrown right in my path. And I get injured. I'm totally unable to travel. I can't really do much but sit and try to heal. And I know, I never questioned it. I said, I don't know why this happened, but God does. There's been multiple times in my life where something goes on, something happens, and I'm left wondering what the reason is, what the purpose is, and 2 or 3 months after the event, I can look back and say, I know exactly why God put this in front of me, or God put me through that. And it's to always build you up and make you stronger and make you smarter. And I'd just like to say thank you all so much for everything that you all have done. The 1,000 messages of people checking in and seeing how I'm doing, seeing how recovery's going. It's going pretty good. I'm gaining more mobility. The pain is slowly going away. I was able to get off all pain medication. I hated that, so I got off that, and I'm here at home, and I'm safe, and I've got the greatest country music coming out now. We got Cold Beer and Common Sense coming, and I cannot wait for y'all to hear it, and 2 other songs. I'm releasing 3 songs on October 18th. If you all want to help me, if you all want to show your support and love me, just pre-save it. Just listen to it when it comes out. That's all that I ask. My biggest dream in life is that my music can be appreciated and loved by everybody in the world. And I really think that it's going to make a real difference in country music. I think I'm going to change the sound of country music forever. And you know how I like to do it. I keep it real. It's all real country music. I grew up on the old stuff, and that's what I love. And I know so many of y'all do as well. So please, go check out the music. Pre-save it now. And again, I appreciate you all so much. Your all's love and support for me over the last couple years has been immense. I get hurt. and you all show me even more love and even more support, and it just means the absolute world. So always remember, life is good, God is great, and we got a whole lot of great country music coming out as well. Love y'all.